Joining me this morning in our visual radio studios to talk a bit about the events happening at the Farmington Public Library over the next few weeks. Jenny Lee Ryan is here, Program Coordinator. Good morning. Welcome back to KSJE.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good to have you here. Megan Bennett is also here, one of the newest employees of the Farmington Public Library. Welcome to you.
Yes, welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. Adult Services Librarian.
Yes.
So you've got your finger on the pulse of everything going on in a lot of things, right?
Sort of, yes.
Okay, well, that's good. That's very good. Jenny Lee, let's get right to it. So a lot of things happening, right?
Oh my gosh, 2020 it's the roaring 20s
I've
at the
heard
Farmington
that.
Public
Wow.
Library.
Okay.
We're very excited. Once again, we're doing our big game on the big screen.
Talk about that. That's right.
Yeah, that's coming up February 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know which of the football teams are playing.
Not yet.
But we do
We know it's not the Buffalo Bills.
We know it's not the Patriots.
We know it's not them either.
Okay.
Very good. Good for you. Go you. Wow. Right.
But we do know that we're going to have the game on that large 9 panel in the multi-purpose room.
Right.
We'll have some snacks. We'll have, it's just going to be snacks and drinks and prizes and all kinds of fun stuff. So
there it is. So
family friendly.
there you are on February 2nd.
Yeah,
the
I believe
day
this
of
is
the big game.
This is the 3rd or 4th year we've done it. I've lost track.
I don't know, but yeah, you've done it for a few years now.
We've done it for a few years.
And you get a good crowd.
We really do.
People want to see it on the 9-panel big screen.
We know there's a lot of places you can go watch the game, even if you sit at home, but there's not a bigger screen in Farmington.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, so it's a great place to watch the game. You're welcome to come join us.
You can check it out.
Doors open at 3:30, and you can judge all the commercials.
That's true. That's even more, sometimes more fun than the game.
That's kind of what I do.
To watch the commercials. So,
Yeah.
So there you go. And you said free admission, free snacks, and surprises.
Yeah.
So there you go. Okay. Very good. But Megan, I know there's an event that you are working on, and that is a genealogy event that I want to ask you about. And so talk to me a little bit about that. That's coming up in January, right?
Yeah,
This month.
Yeah, January 23rd. It's a Thursday. I think it's the Thursday after King Day. And at 5:30, genealogic workshop. The whole thing is that you get to come to the Farmington Public Library, and I actually will get to help you do some research into your family history. So we're going to look at some of the library databases. So these are the ones you have to pay for, but if you come to the library, they're free.
You don't have to pay for them.
You don't have to pay for them at the library.
Because you've already paid for them at the library. That's wonderful.
Exactly.
And I know genealogy is a big thing these days with folks trying to research their family histories and their roots and who came from where and who's related to what and all these different things, right?
Yes, it's a huge deal. My personal family does a lot of genealogical research themselves into where our family came from. We can only track them back so far because of immigration records, and I think one of their cities burned their records at some point for some reason. So there is that.
Okay. Once your family left, they burned the records. Is that what happened?
No, I think the Civil War in Ireland might have done that.
That could have done it too. Okay. But interesting that you can go back at least that far.
Yes.
And that is fascinating for a lot of folks. And so on this day, it's January 23rd, Thursday. That's next week already.
Yes.
5:30 p.m. And so you'll have some of these databases available for folks to use at the computer labs and things like that?
Yes, we're going to be in the 24-person room, which has some laptops. And I'm going to show just a brief overview of what Farmington Public Library has. That is both databases and not databases. We have lots of books, both in the regular nonfiction section and in the reference nonfiction section, talking about either how to do your own research. So we've got a book on Ancestry, we've got a book on Heritage Quest, but we also have reference books on lists of names. Mm-hmm. And once you get into the Southwest room, we have lists of names and even grave site locators for local families.
Interesting. Okay. So all that is available, and you'll give us all the kind of the information background of how to use it effectively.
Yes.
And because that, I think, has been something that I've run into, is sometimes I'm on these sites and I'm searching around and I'm maybe not using them as effectively. I'm just looking for names and birth dates or death dates, and I get kind of stuck.
It can be really difficult, especially if you're looking at, for instance, the 1930 census. It was badly digitized from microfilm, and then the originals were destroyed.
Oh. So this is all we have now.
This is all we have is what's on Ancestry, and Ancestry for libraries for us, and it's very much you have to have very specific information on the head of the family. If you don't have like the birth name, the birth date, place, location of the head of the family and their full name, it's very hard to find things. But if you do know that and you know where they were living, in 1930, you can get a good estimate of if the person you're looking for is that person.
Okay, good to know. I know, Jenny Ryan, you've done some research on your family, or you need to know a lot about your family's history coming from Tennessee.
Well, yes, coming from Tennessee,
That
but
part I know.
I have used these databases and just kind of surfed them, which it's not like surfing the internet. You
really
Megan
need to
said,
know
you
what
need
you're
to
looking for.
know some things.
Sure.
So I believe the Ancestry Library Edition is available only in the library. So this is a great opportunity to use that database and have someone standing by who will help you. So Megan's going to start with, kind of an overview, and then it's going to be a literal workshop. So you'll have your computer, you can kind of search some things, and if you get stuck, Megan can give you some tips and tricks for how to proceed and,
Good to know.
how to go back. Yeah.
Now, you said you're going to be in the 24-person room, but if I bring my own computer, can I just log into the Wi-Fi with my library card and pin
Absolutely,
and
yes.
access the same stuff, can I not?
Good job, Scott.
Thank
yes.
you. Go me.
So,
But yeah.
yes, I believe Ancestry,
So that it doesn't- it's not
on,
limited
you can
to-
use
to
it on your own
24.
device just in the library,
As
correct?
far as I know,
Yes.
As far as I know, yes. I haven't tried to use Ancestry for anything but my work computer, which is hooked into our Ethernet network.
yes.
So,
Well, we
but
can use that too.
You're welcome
We'll just go back to your
test
cubicle
it
and
out.
use your
Yeah.
computer. You won't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, that's fine. Sure. Very easygoing at the Farmington Public
Oh,
Library.
yeah.
So there you are. But that's very exciting. And as I said, a lot of people, I think, are really getting into this whole genealogy thing. And with some of these digitized records, it's becoming more easy for folks to do that and not have to travel to some of these in-person receptacles of knowledge, right? Of where
yes.
these are.
Usually at this point, the only place you truly have to go to do a receptacle of knowledge is if your family is from somewhere where the records haven't been digitized or haven't been added to Ancestry for libraries, or you don't know a lot about your family and you need that family Bible from
Right.
the 1800s.
Right.
That would be where you'd have to go to a receptacle of knowledge. And churches do have very awesome records, but we're going to focus specifically on what's in Heritage Quest for libraries, My Heritage Library Edition, and Ancestry for libraries.
Those three
Those
major,
three major
databases,
databases,
right?
yes,
Of,
yes.
of information. So that's wonderful. And again, Thursday, January 23rd, everyone, at 5:30 p.m. And how long do you think you'll be with everybody? A couple hours, an hour and a
Oh,
half?
a couple hours.
Okay.
However long they want to be there.
There you go. Very good.
Library closes at 9.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there is that, yes.
All right.
We will be sending you away at about 9
You
o'clock.
can't go home, but you can't stay here. Is that what
But
you're saying?
I will say, with all the DNA tests and a lot of people are doing the DNA test, there's some concerns about your privacy. Megan is much nicer than, having to spit in a tube or whatever it is you have
Well,
to
there
do
you
to
go.
get that DNA. So, yes,
That's true.
I would much rather hang out with Megan than
a
do whatever
Bible.
you got to do to get your
Okay.
DNA. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. And you can kind of control it, too, that way, I
Yeah.
suppose, too, if you're hanging
Yes.
out with Megan. So there
Yes,
you are.
you don't have to give me any information that you don't want to.
Right. Perfect. So you're doing all the research yourself, so you kind of control it.
Yes.
And where you share it, I guess.
Exactly.
Once you're done. So
Yes.
that is
So-
coming up. Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Another event that I want to ask you both about, this Relax and Thrive event, and talk to me a little bit about that one.
This is the mindfulness one, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, we have two guest speakers, Bob Schrull and Sarah Teofanoff, and they are both experts at this. They come in once a week at 11 a.m., so the 22nd and I think the 29th of January. They'll be
Those
here.
are Wednesdays. Yep.
Wednesdays, yes.
Good.
And what they do is they're teaching people how mindfulness can help you learn to be more present and aware.
Okay.
And the benefits of mindfulness, as noted on the thing, include enhancing creativity, some emotional benefits, emotional balance, better with anger issues can help with that. That's not really what he's focusing on, but if that's something he can help with. And mindful awareness, like what is going on,
Okay.
and being mindfully aware of the situation. It's not really something I know a lot about.
Right.
I do have to say that because mindfulness is not my area of expertise. But it is something that we had a bunch of people turn out last week, and they really loved it. And I know just how excited Bob Schrull and Sarah Teofanoff are to do this for the library.
You've already had two of these on Wednesdays in January,
that's
and
correct,
so
yeah.
folks have been coming and learning a bit more about it, and you've got two more then on
Yes.
the 22nd and the 29th
Yes.
at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays.
Just the importance of, being present, being in
Right.
the moment. And it covers a lot of, I'm doing a diet app right now, and that's one of the things is mindful eating, being in the moment instead of just zoning out. And
Okay.
so
So
this
enjoying
is kind of
each and every Dorito, or what is
Yes.
it talking about? Okay.
every sip of Mountain Dew.
I see.
I am there.
You are in the moment.
Yes.
Okay.
And so the Relax and Thrive is kind of our overall wellness program. So we folded in a lot. We're doing a
I
program
see.
with San Juan Regional Medical Center later this month.
Right.
We're, our coloring events, that's part of Relax and Thrive. Studies have shown how just de-stressing coloring can help your overall wellness. So
Okay. So this is one on mindfulness.
correct.
Got it.
And then with Relax and Thrive, in our library catalogs, if you go to infoway.org, you can
Right.
look up health and wellness, and it's divvied up into topics. So you can look at all the different topics that are available. Not only do we recommend materials at the library under those wellness topics, but also links to vetted resources or databases that we subscribe to. We have several health and wellness databases and other resources for your health and wellness. And of course, it's January. Everybody's got their resolutions. If you're, it's the
I've already broken mine, but
I was going to
other
say, yeah,
people,
we're
I understand.
like 2.5 weeks in, so
Yeah.
most people make it about this
Yeah.
far.
Right.
You go a little further and go to the Farmington Public Library to reach your health and wellness resolutions.
There you go.
So,
Okay, and learn a bit more about mindfulness at these events
absolutely.
on Wednesdays,
Yes.
and some other things that are going on too. right?
Yes.
So there you go. Okay, very good. We talked about the big game,
The big game on the big screen.
but there is trivia too to talk about, right?
That's
At the
been so fun.
library.
That's been so fun. That's something that we just started. We have a different topic every month.
Okay.
This week we did the Disney trivia earlier this week.
Right.
So next month is Breaking Bad. So if you know Breaking Bad, you can bring your team and compete with a team. You can compete as a single. You can just show up and see if you can join someone else's team. But it's been a lot of fun. And, at the library, we're all about random knowledge.
Right.
And knowing things.
True,
So
true.
this is just perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can win prizes.
Very, very good.
Also fame and glory
I'm sure you could. So February 4th, it's a Tuesday night at 6 p.m.
is the next topic.
is when you'll
yes.
do the trivia night. And there's some
Yeah.
other topics coming up too?
Yes, in March it's baseball, and in April it's Friends, the TV show.
The sitcom Friends.
Yes,
Okay.
the sitcom Friends.
Right.
Yes, so if you know the name of Ross's monkey, I think you're
Who doesn't?
Do you?
Marcel.
Do you?
I just said
I
it.
don't actually like Friends.
Well, I know, but I was gonna.
Okay. I mean, I just said it.
that might be a Gen X thing.
It might be. Sure.
I did
Okay.
actually. We had a
Put me on the
volunteer.
spot. Sorry, me.
We had a high school volunteer, and she said to me, I've been watching this really old show that's really good. You may have heard of it. It's called Friends. I was like, ugh.
Really old, huh?
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
That was a moment for me. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would do it.
And then we're going to wrap up the season in May with Marvel's Avengers, so the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, you know a thing or two about that, I would
As
think.
do you, don't you?
Well, I
Yes.
might.
yeah,
maybe, so.
So maybe we need to team
Form a
up.
team. I know.
Yeah,
Okay. Bragging rights.
let's do it.
We'll see. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. Count me in. But
So
that's
they're-
trivia night at the
they're
library.
free events at the library. It's it's fun. You hang out, you do some trivia, you win some prizes, and you prepare for the next month. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
There you are. Well, good.
There we
But the
are.
first one is Breaking, or the next one.
The next
is Breaking
one.
Bad, I should
Yeah.
say, right?
Yes.
And that's on February 4th.
February 4th. So,
6 p.m.
So, if there's someone you've been thinking about asking out, I would take them to trivia night. That way you're not taking them out on Valentine's Day for a first date, but then also
Right.
you can impress them with your knowledge.
Well, you seem to have a lot of advice about dating events and what you could use and things like that, right?
Well,
places
because
to go.
I'm really good at it. And now that I'm retired from dating, I feel that I should share my knowledge.
I see. Okay. All right. So this would be maybe a good first date event, is what you're saying, or first or second.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. As we build up to Valentine's Day, you can
as we
see how
build up
this
to
goes
Valentine's Day, yeah.
on the 4th, and then
yeah,
you
no,
can
you don't.
kinda see.
No, don't. The first date on Valentine's Day.
Oh, no,
that-
no. I completely understand
Okay,
that,
yeah.
but I'm just saying. Right.
Or you could go slightly more traditional. Instead of going on the 4th, you could go on the 6th, because that is our second Real Readers event. So you could take them to a movie.
Dinner and a movie.
There you go. Okay. Or maybe both, if things go well.
Yes,
See?
maybe both if things
I
go well,
like
because
that.
you
Okay.
see, the Real
I like
Readers
that.
program, it's Where'd You Go, Bernadette, and it's on the
Right.
6th, and unfortunately, I don't know very much about it. I just know that it stars Kate Blanchett. No, wait, that's not, yeah.
Sandra
it is
Bullock.
Sandra
Sandra Bullock.
Bullock.
Isn't it Sandra
I thought
Bullock?
it was Kate Blanchett. Now you've got me confused.
No, I
don't
can't
know.
tell
You
from
know
the
what?
cheekbones.
You'll have to come to the movie and find out.
I
There
do
you go.
know it was nominated for a couple of awards, but I do not remember which ones. I think she was nominated for like Best Actress or something.
I think so.
Okay.
And you can
We'll go with
bring
that.
you can bring your dinner or your date to
Right.
the library,
Or both.
Or your
Or
dinner
both.
and your date.
Exactly.
There you go.
To
Or
the
your date's
library.
dinner. How about that?
Just please not your dog.
No. Right.
And
But it's
you
so
can
fun to
watch-
get to eat at the library. That is one of my
Yes,
favorite
I
things.
know,
And you
because you
feel
can't-
so naughty doing it,
know.
right?
I know,
Right?
I know.
Yeah. Crazy. But
Yeah.
perfect. So again, if you haven't read the book, it's okay.
Oh,
but you get to
totally.
watch the movie,
Yeah,
and then you
and-
can discuss.
Yes, and the books are currently available in the rotunda of the library. There's a big little movable bookshelf with it, and there's
So you can
a
check
lot
it out,
of
read
books.
it
You can check
before
out
the
the books
show.
and read it before the show.
Okay.
You don't have to, of course.
There you are. But it's coming up on Thursday, February 6th, I believe that
Yes.
is, right? And again, it's at 6 p.m.
Yes.
So, perfect. And I guess that would be another date-appropriate event, wouldn't it?
That
Jenny
would
Lee Ryan?
probably be more date-appropriate event than Breaking
trivia?
Bad trivia, because maybe you don't want your crush to know how much you know about Breaking Bad and meth.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe not. Okay. So think about that, everybody.
So there you go.
Okay.
Or it could be a second, if they survive the Breaking Bad trivia, then
Come back 2 days
second
later.
date, yeah.
That's right. Check it
If you
out.
get a second date, there you go.
Romance at the library. I like
I'm all
it.
for it, yes.
I like it.
Although I'd be a little hesitant about March's Real Readers, because in March we're showing Lord of the Flies.
Oh, dear. Okay.
So
That's-
it's
Well, you
going to
know-
be an awesome discussion, but I'm not quite sure it's
We-
a great
No,
date
that's the
movie.
one you take if you're about to go on a cruise. Then go see Lord of the Flies
Okay.
before you
But we
take
don't want to
someone on a
judge
cruise,
relationships
yeah.
here. It may work for some people, right? I mean, I don't know. But good point. That's a good point. Know before you go.
Know
And in
before you
order to
go,
do
yes.
that, we can tell folks to go to the library's website and their events calendar at infoway.org.
Absolutely, and it's easy to find. It just says calendar up there. It has all of our events listed, and then you can click on the event and save it to your own calendar. So if you see something and you're like, "Oh, that's 3 months away, and I'm going to forget about it," just add it to your calendar and
You can do that.
do the Google thing, and you're good to go.
There you are. And is that part of the new
The
part
new
of the
online-
new calendar, right? That
It
has some of those new
is,
features,
yes.
that, right? That you can do that with?
Share it on Facebook. So share the post and gather up all your friends, whether you're building a team for trivia night or want to do a group date to Real Readers or whatever it is you want to do.
Right.
Or, you have a friend that could be a little bit more mindful. You could just, message that to them.
Hey,
Subtle
check this
hint.
out.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
There you go. Now that explains the messages I get from you. Thank
Yes,
you.
it does.
Thank you for that. Okay.
I was wondering when you'd catch on.
Right. See? I got it. Very good.
Or of course, on the genealogy thing, if you've got a friend who's very interested in tracking their family history, you could just share that event on your Facebook page.
You could do that
Absolutely.
too. That's very good. Good point. So there you are, everyone. Infoway.org is the place to go for all this information to be able to share that and what have you. And then something else coming up is Thinking Money for Kids.
We are so excited about this. This is a grant that we've been trying to get for several years from FINRA and ALA. FINRA is the Financial Regulatory Authority, and ALA, the American Library Association.
Okay.
So it's an interactive exhibit. You're
With money.
With play money.
Oh, all right.
So while the exhibit is
calm down.
open, it'll be open February 21st.
Okay.
You can come in and, just with your family and try it out on your own time. You can, if you have a school group, a homeschool group, a Girl Scout group, you can schedule a tour of it, a library, what we call a library adventure, like a group visit.
Right.
And we'll walk you through. And then we're also going to have some family nights. So, for the adults, we're going to do like a fantasy stock market league. So you get $1,000 in play money and you pick your stock. And then at the end, whoever's made the most money. So, kind of learning about how to play the stock market. There's a game. You can actually check it out right now if you want a head start. It's at spent.org. And basically you get scenarios and you kind of play through the scenarios to see if you can make it through the month. And it really does bring the reality of,
Right.
just struggling and, the choices you
Budgeting,
have to make,
some of these
budgeting,
things, right?
investing,
Well, we always hear
saving.
maybe that kids these days don't get a lot of budgeting skills or real life skills maybe in school as they used to.
Absolutely,
And
yes.
this may be helpful to explain some of that to them, and these concepts, right?
Yes, exactly. So, and then the interactivity of the exhibit, really reinforces those ideas. You have to make some tough choices, and your choices make a difference. As
I mean, I
part,
can't afford a cappuccino every day.
you can't.
Unless
well,
I'm
I don't
working-
know how much you're making here, but
Yeah.
probably not. I'm just saying.
Right, I know. Exactly. She knows me so well.
We're going to have maze artist Joe Waz. He was here earlier, and he's going to do kind of a spending maze. So you have to make choices to get through the maze.
Okay.
He's going to be here at the beginning of the exhibit. So that'll be a really fun author visit. We had such a good time with him last year.
Nice.
And during summer reading and just a lot of events. But, if you can't make it to the events, swing by.
You can go online, you said.
If you could come into the library and test out the exhibit on
that
your
we
own
could do
time,
too.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But go online, infoway.org. You can see the events in the events calendar.
Right.
You can see what times are available for maybe your group visit, and you can start registering for those. At the very least, you can find those family events and save them to your Google or Outlook or whatever calendar you use. Yeah.
And share them on Facebook.
And share them on Facebook.
There you
yes.
go.
Thank you.
That's true. So, and this will start in February, you said.
Yes, February
this
21st.
event. So,
Yep.
about a little over a month away, but it'll be here before we know it.
Exactly.
As we always say.
And it'll be at the library for about a month.
Okay.
I'm going to have David and Flo come in next month to discuss it more in depth. But we
Okay.
just wanted to let you know that that's
Little
coming.
tease,
so
little
yes.
preview of
yes,
what's
so plan
coming.
ahead.
To the library.
Yes.
Very good.
So.
Excellent. Well, that sounds great. And again, the library I know has been doing more and more of these types of events and exhibits and special author visits and things like that throughout the year, which has been great.
We're doing as much as we can. We're really paying attention to what the needs in our community are and what the interests in our community are. Of course, you can find all the events on our event calendar at infoway.org. If going to a website is too much work for you, sign up for the newsletter, and then it just shows up in your email
Right.
inbox.
There you go.
And you can actually share the newsletter as well. So if you
forward
see an
that along.
event, excuse me?
You can just forward that along.
You
to
can
somebody
forward
else.
it. You can share it on Facebook or on the Twitter or whatever your little heart desires.
The Twitter.
The Twitter,
even.
yes. The Facebook and the social media and the
Okay.
Twitter.
Got
Yes.
it.
Yes. So sign up for our newsletter. Go to infoway.org. Scroll down to the bottom. It'll ask for your email address. You can choose, you can get all 4 newsletters, or you can pick. There's one that focuses on adult programs and resources for adults, one that focuses on the teen zone. So if you're a teen, sign up for that. You don't have to pay attention to what's for the kids or the adults. One for the kids. So if you're a parent, that's a good one to have. So
Sure.
you get all the
Right.
topics for the story times and lots of other great information. And then we have a separate newsletter for makers that are into Make Do, our Make Do fairs, if you want to register to present at that, information on how to use our 3D printer, our laser cutter, and all of our other gadgets that we have.
Nice. So, lots of choices.
Yes, so you can get all. It doesn't matter. You can subscribe to all 4, and then if you subscribe to the kids one, and then your kid becomes a teenager, you can unsubscribe when you get the newsletter. It's totally easy. So
Okay.
yeah,
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Very good. There, it couldn't be any easier. You really make it pretty easy.
we try to.
Yeah. So there you go, everybody. It's all available. Again, infoway.org is the library's website and the place to go for more information on all these events that we've been talking about. And Megan, let me ask you a little bit about your new job, because you've been with the library for now how long?
Oh, I got here in the middle of October.
Okay, so not too long.
Yeah, not too long.
A few months, right? And you're enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it, yeah.
Good. And you came to us from where?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Okay. Well, very good. We were just showing a couple of days ago the surf at Nags Head, North Carolina. So
That's pretty far from Winston-Salem, but still close to home.
okay, same state though.
Same.
Closer than Farmington.
It's a long state, but yes, it's closer than Farmington.
There you go. Okay, I'll take that. But welcome. It's great to have you,
Thank you
here, and glad you're enjoying it. So that's terrific. And I think the last time we were talking about the library here on KSJE, we were talking about the Jan Brett visit at Christmas time.
Yes.
And that, I think, went very well.
It went very well. She had a great time. She did.
She brought her RV, and
she brought her glass, the tiger and the glass slipper
RV,
tour bus.
yeah, right?
No,
Yes.
it's a tour bus.
Pardon me. Okay.
She signed a lot of autographs. We had Hedgie the Hedgehog. It was a lot of fun. It was a great way to start the holiday season at the library.
Very good. And I know a lot of folks were in line to get her autograph and to get her to sign their books.
And she got an autograph for every single one of them. So
that's terrific.
yeah, so it worked out really well. We loved having her here. That was just a great event for us, and we're hoping to do some more things like that, especially with summer reading coming up.
Oh,
so
okay.
Tease.
Is that another little tease? Okay, you can't
Yes.
say more about that?
I can't say more about that.
Okay.
But
Stay
we'll
tuned.
have information soon.
Okay.
Yes.
Very exciting. Well, let's run back through all the events that we've talked about this morning real quick for everyone who's with us, who's listening on the radio or watching us on our visual radio platforms this morning, everyone. The Genealogy Event, again, is coming up on Thursday, January 23rd. That is a week from yesterday.
Yep.
And so, Megan, that's part of your purview, correct?
Yes.
So you'll be working on that.
Yes, I'll be working on that. If you do come out and come out to the genealogy workshop, you'll be working with me. I'll be walking you through basically how to start, what we have available, and then I will work one-on-one with people who maybe have the information they need but aren't quite sure where to start. Because I know from experience that when you go to Ancestry for Libraries and you hit start my search, and you put in your ancestor's name, one of my ancestors is Thomas Brown.
Oh. You probably get a lot of hits with that.
I get millions of hits on him.
Where do you go?
Yeah,
Right?
Robert
And so it's
Smith.
like, where do you go with the name that common, or even slightly less common names can be really common in certain areas?
Sure.
And so where do you go? What information do you need? How do you narrow down every single one of the Thomas Browns to just the one Thomas Brown that I need?
Right. That you're related to, perhaps. So, good.
And if you can't make it next week, I'm pretty sure this isn't the first, last, and only genealogy workshop that we're going to do. I think we'll have a few more.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to be able to do it a lot more than just once.
Do it kind of as a series,
Yeah.
because it is a hot topic and there are so many avenues you can go down. I don't think we could exhaust Megan's knowledge of tips and tricks for
Good to know.
searching your ancestors.
Not for at least a week.
Okay, there you go. Right, see? And then these three databases that we're talking about, this Heritage Quest, Ancestry Library Edition, and My Heritage Library Edition, these are always available at the library to patrons?
Those three databases are always available at the library, and Heritage Quest and My Heritage for Libraries, they sound really similar, I know, but they are different.
Okay.
One holds more vital records, one is Ancestry for Libraries, but with a slightly easier search interface, so it's slightly more user-friendly. Heritage Quest and My Heritage Library are both available from your home computer. You do not have to come into the library.
Oh, okay.
But Ancestry for Libraries, you have to be in the Farmington Public Library to use.
Okay.
So this gives you a chance to use all three databases and have some help from me,
Yeah.
or not if you don't need it,
Yeah, but
while
great to
you're
have you there.
doing your research.
So you can go to Heritage Quest or My Heritage Library like right now.
Right.
And
now.
then prepare your questions for Megan when you show up on the 23rd
There you
as
go.
well.
And you would
so.
use your library card and PIN to
Library
get
card
access
and
to
PIN.
these and not have to pay for them.
Absolutely.
If you go there right now. So there you
Yes.
go. Okay. Excellent. Next, the event, the Relax and Thrive Mindfulness event happening on Wednesday the 22nd and Wednesday the 29th of January.
Yes, and it may continue until February. We're not entirely sure yet because the people leading it, when their availability. It's been a great program. People have really, really enjoyed it.
Nice.
We've had
But
some really good turnout, and people have really liked it.
I bet. That's great. So if you want to learn more about being more mindful in your life, this is the place to go.
It's kind of the blanket help with all your New Year's resolutions. You
I
can
would think
start
so.
by being present
Right.
and then adapt that to whatever your resolution is.
Okay. There you go. Very good. The big game, February 2nd.
Need I say more?
I know, right?
I think this weekend we find out who's playing. So
We will. That's
yeah.
true.
So we'll know this weekend.
We'll know.
I do know stuff about the football.
Good for you.
Me.
Yes, exactly. But Sunday, February 2nd, 3:30, and free snacks, admission, and prizes.
Yep.
And watching the big game on this 9-screen,
The 9-panel screen.
humongous screen.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it.
I think it's the best place to watch the game.
The
if you're going to watch the
screen
game.
is amazing. I have to
is.
say that I just did my Real Readers event, and I've seen this movie on the big screen, and I think our 9-panel was better.
Wow.
Really?
See, there you go.
Wow, high praise.
Okay. See, there you are, everybody. Trivia night, again, talking about Breaking Bad on Tuesday, February 4th, 6 o'clock. So if you have a bunch of friends that know a lot about Breaking Bad, bring them to the library.
If you have a bunch of friends, just bring them.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to know anything about Breaking Bad. You can come and just enjoy listening to other people answer the questions.
Yeah.
And maybe try your hand at a few questions.
There
You know, everybody's an expert, so if you get a group together and you go to all of them, everybody will get a chance to shine. But you can compete as a group, you can compete as a single. Just show up and have some fun.
Okay. There you go. That's true. And then Real Readers coming up,
And
too.
again, that's a great date night if you really want to bring someone out for a date. Or it's a fun way to see a relatively recent movie and maybe read the book first.
That's right. And the books are available at the
Books are
library. We
available in the
talked about
rotunda
that.
of the library, yes.
Okay. And that event is happening on Thursday, February 6th at 6 p.m. The Real Readers, about Where'd You Go, Bernadette? And I don't remember hearing about that movie. I wasn't present, apparently, when that one came out.
Mindfulness, Scott.
I did not have it.
Mindfulness.
That's right. Okay. That's what happened. And then in February, this Thinking Money for Kids exhibit coming.
Thinking Money for Kids. It's an interactive exhibit. You can visit anytime it's open. It'll be 10 to 7, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 5, Friday and Saturday, 1 to 5, I think 1 to 4 on Sundays. Well, the times are all on the calendar. Go to infoway.org. You can see when the exhibit is open. You can see what dates are available for groups, and we'll have lots more information about the activities that we're doing with that exhibit.
Okay. And again, tune in next month to the library's segment here on KSJE to find out more about it, too.
That's right.
Right? Perfect.
Yep.
Well, thank you both for coming in this morning. Jenny Lee Ryan and Megan Bennett, thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thanks so much for having us again.
You're very welcome. Thanks for being here. My guest this morning from the Farmington Public Library on KSJE.